Cool, awesome. So this is Canadian Tea Season 4, Episode 6 with Ace on the track.
What's up?
Hello.
Hi, nice to
Welcome.
meet you guys.
Nice to see
You
you
guys
too.
got the whole online setup and shit, the microphones and stuff. Nice.
We try a little something. Do you want to give a little intro to who you are, what you do?
Yeah, so my name's Ace. I'm an audio engineer. I have my home studio right here. I also work at Makeway Studios. I'm a photographer too.
Oh,
And
cool.
I'm actually about to launch my own little podcast in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm just an all around. I don't know. I just do a little bit of everything, But I'm mainly an audio engineer, and I work with a bunch of different clients, all around Montreal and even the world. And I'm just hoping to, grow my brand into something bigger.
That's what's up, dude. Yeah.
Definitely.
You mentioned you wanted to kind of start your own podcast. That's chill, for real.
Yeah, I actually been looking into all the equipment. I might order everything tonight, actually. I set up a little right outside the studio right here. I set up a little, like a 2 couch setup. I have my photography lights right there, and I just gotta get coffee table, microphones, all that stuff, and yeah,
Bet,
hopefully,
bet. Love
know.
that. What's like the concept is like, do you have stuff like
Um,
rattling?
Yeah, I kind of want it to be just like personal, you know what I mean? Like kind of like an interview style, but also I want to have people on that I can have like deep conversations with, so that my audience and their audience could really like learn get to know us better basically, and our opinions. Not really, I don't like political shit, so not really like political opinions like Corona and all that. I don't really like talking about that,
Right.
but just like on about life, you know what I mean? Talk about life, talk about music, and I'll have like entrepreneurs, I'll have artists, producers, maybe DJs, photographers, studio owners, record label executives, just all type of different people, and just have different types of conversations.
Yeah, that's kind of similar to us. We just like having
Same.
chats with like interesting people. I don't know. Like I feel like there's the media and like there's the news for, politics and everything. We're just like trying to keep it chill and like 100 on here. So yeah, for real.
Exactly. I think that's
Yeah.
a good way to
Dope,
put it
dope,
if there
dope.
are already news outlets.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're an audio engineer and a photographer. So speaking of music and all that, what was the first album that made you kind of appreciate music?
That's tough. That's crazy. Like, I don't know. As a kid, I would just listen to like what's on the radio with like my mom in the car.
Mhm.
So I really like pop music for some reason. I don't really listen to pop music often, but when I do, it gives me a lot of like nostalgia.
Hey, I don't
And
hate pop. I that's the music that I make, so
oh, you make music? I
yeah.
didn't even know that. Oh, that's really
Yeah.
cool. I want to
Well,
talk
I'm just
about that.
like indie artist starting out. Like I have a single and then my EPs come in a couple months.
Wow, that's
So
really. I would have had no idea. That's really cool.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so like I feel like as a kid, just listening to music, I didn't really think much of it. Uh,
Mm.
but the more like I grew up, I saw people around me just like, doing their thing, and I saw like these artists doing their thing. And so I started listening to I don't know, a lot of like Travis Scott, and like, Kanye and Kid Cudi and just like trippy shit like that. And I feel like around the time I was like 14 or whatever, I would just get like really high and just listen to this shit, and then I'd be like, yo, like how do they do that? So I would go home, and I was making beats at the time, so I would go home and then like I'd record my vocals, and then I would try to figure out, like I would try to reenact these effects they would do, you know. But I didn't like my voice, because I was also rapping at one point, but I didn't like my voice. I didn't like me rapping or anything. So I think just listening to different types of music. There's not really one album that made me like, decide to want to be an engineer. It was just like music as a whole, and me just like really opening my mind up to hear different things in the music, and trying to ask myself, how do I do this, and how do I do it better, basically. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
that's
good
Yeah.
answer. We like that.
yeah,
Nothing
Very.
specific, just like music as a whole. No, for real.
yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I feel that though, like 90s pop has this like early 2000s pop has a special place in my heart for sure. And
I mean,
like,
I bet it's because you were in the car with your mom listening to the radio. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I bet
for
it's
for
because
real.
of
Oh,
that.
definitely. I was lucky. I had music all around, like in the house. Like we had like, tapes and CDs and
Cool.
vinyls and my grandpa too. Like, yeah, for real.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, dope, dope, dope. So kind of just I feel that though, getting into it like slowly and then so started making beats and then you kind of got into engineering, I guess?
Well, yeah, I started making beats, and
Mhm.
then a couple weeks later, I was like, yo, like, I don't know who would buy these beats, so I'm just gonna rap on them. You know what I mean? I just got myself a microphone,
Okay.
and I just started rapping on them, and I would release a song, no joke, every single day. Which that's what's messed up about it is like I would record a song and then drop it like a couple hours later, and it wasn't good, you know. But I kind of learned like how to mix through that a little bit. Like I learned the basics of mixing, and then I forgot about it for like a year. And then because I stopped rapping and everything, I forgot about it. And then one day my boy was like, "Oh, like your song sounded pretty good. Um, I want to record a song. Like, can you mix it for me? Whatever." I was like, "Sure." I mixed it for him, and then it was a song with this other kid, Swizzy. So like my
Three
friend
times,
asked me,
yeah,
yeah.
we
So my
know
friend
him.
asked me to mix his song, but there was a feature with Swizzy on that song, so I just
Mhm.
mixed it for fun. You know, like I didn't charge them anything. I barely knew how to do it. I just did it, and then the funny thing is, a year before that, when I was making beats, I texted Swizzy, "Yo, do you need beats?" Because I found him on Instagram. He left me on red. And then so so then
Nice.
a year later,
Oh
I mixed the
man.
song for my friend and then this kid Swizzy,
Yeah.
and and then I forgot about it. Whatever, I mixed the song for someone else, and then like 4 months after that, Swizzy hits me up and he's like, "Oh, like, can you like I like the way that song sounded. Can you mix this other song for me?" I mixed it for him, and then ever since then I've mixed all of his songs. And that's been like 2 years now, almost a year and a half. And so that's really how it started. Is just Swizzy, you know,
But are
asking
you so you're self-taught or did you go to school for it or
complete.
kind of
Well,
just
that's the thing. That's the thing that I don't tell a lot of people because it makes me seem like not as like it. I feel like it doesn't make me seem as good as I think I am. Because I've been doing this for like a year and a half, 2 years. You know, completely self-taught. YouTube, Reddit, um, podcasts, just a bunch master classes, a whole bunch of different stuff. Just like really every day, like learning new things. And then you know, clients every day, studio sessions every day, mixing songs every day. And then my mom was like, "Oh, like you might as well go to school for it, whatever." Because last year I didn't go to school at all. I was just here every day doing that. And then my mom was like, "Oh, like maybe you should go to school, you know, meet people and stuff, and then get that piece of paper so you actually like, you know, you seem more like you're a professional now, you know." So now I'm in school, but it's only been like 3 months. I I haven't gone like I never went to school until 3 months ago, and I feel like I'm not even learning that much. But I'll
Ayo,
get
it's
that.
like the work that I feel like reflects more, you know what I mean? Like you
No, I
can go
completely feel that too. Trust me, I that's the way I defend myself to everyone who told me to go to school. Like, no, like you see my work, I don't need to go to school. But my mom kept telling me like, you know, you'll have that piece of paper, and even though it doesn't mean shit to you, it'll mean shit to other people. And me, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'll always like work for myself, so it doesn't matter to me. But it's like, what if like someone hits me up and they're like, "Oh, but you didn't go to school for this." Like, fuck that, I'm gonna go find someone else. And then plus this label I work with, Honor Roll, the CEO Kyle, I work with him a lot, and he told me like, because I think about quitting school every day because it feels like a waste of time, but he tells me like you just stick to it, you know, um, because like it's more valuable to have that paper than to not have it, you know. So I'm just gonna
real.
listen to everyone around me and just not be
What program are you in? Like where do you go?
music technique.
Oh, chill,
Oh,
nice,
okay.
awesome. Yeah.
You said
Bet.
what?
Okay.
Sorry?
Oh no, I know the program, so just
Okay,
like.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I'm
But
trying
how
to.
So
do you like overall? How do you like the school though?
It's cool. The people are cool. The teachers are cool and everything. It's just slow for me. Um,
Mm.
but there's like, you know, there's other programs that I'm kind of learning there, which is kind of cool. So I'm not gonna say it's a bad experience at all because I'm still meeting people and I'm still learning a bit. So I think it's overall pretty good, you know.
That is good.
fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Bet. So you mostly work in like I would say rap R&B, I guess.
Yeah, like hip hop, R&B.
Okay.
I hope to do more pop and you know, just different type of stuff. But right now mostly hip hop and a bit R&B too, yeah. Um,
Mhm.
Cool, cool,
I want to
cool.
move on from that. Not move on completely, but I want to, you know, branch out too.
For
So
sure. So,
Um,
favorite, just like off the top of your head, favorite records of 2021?
that I've mixed
Just
or
like that you've heard, or
in
maybe that you
general.
mixed to,
yo,
like general sense.
that came out in 2021.
Yeah.
Why you guys hit me with this? I don't. My bad. I feel like I'm taking
No,
too
it's
long to
all
answer this
good.
question, but
No,
I
it's
don't know.
all
Like, I really like Travis. I like that new song that Travis came out with just recently. I know he's very
okay.
controversial, so I don't know if you guys mind me talking about him or not.
No,
Whatever.
no, it's all chill. Like
Uh,
we you know, obviously we're on like Instagram and TikTok, so we know what's up.
yeah.
But like it's unfortunate for sure. But he made a statement that he's like taking care, like financial, like obviously no money will like make up for what happened, but like he's taking responsibility, and I feel like
Yeah.
he's doing the right. I mean, like everyone, it affects everyone differently, but like he seems to be like doing what he has to do to like not fix the situation, but like kind of help it a little.
Yeah, I
So
think he's doing the most that he can. Maybe not the
yeah,
most that he can, but he's
yeah.
definitely, but yeah, like off the top of my head, maybe him, like that new song that came out, like 2 weeks ago, like the day before all that shit happened. It was called, what is it called? Escape Plan.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah.
I really like this one song that one of my clients made that I mixed. It's called Can't Change. And I really like that just because I feel like I could relate to it and a lot of people around me can relate to it. And it's a really deep song and it's really meaningful and I feel like it's really nice. So yeah,
Who's it by?
it's called it's by Star DG. It's not out yet though. That's the thing. The
Ah,
music video,
okay.
Okay.
like it's on my Instagram because he recorded a music video recently.
Okay.
So you can hear like a snippet of that. But
Bet.
I can send it to you guys if you want because it's really nice. Hopefully I think it's gonna come out soon. It's really deep, you know what I mean? It's about like I'm not gonna spoil it. It's about just
No,
deep
it's all
shit.
good.
Yeah.
Super down to hear it though when it does come
Definitely
out.
can't wait.
Shout out Star.
Yeah, Star is really
But
cool.
Yeah.
Really
yeah,
talented.
yeah, dope.
But speaking about artists, what are your three top artists who like have inspired you in some way musically?
Who have inspired me?
Yeah.
Definitely Travis Scott. I know I mentioned his name a lot. Just
No,
he's
it's
very
chill.
different, you know what I mean?
Look, Birds in the Trap is one of my faves, so I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's fire, and I always feel basic for saying that because he's so mainstream now, but just a lot of his older shit is really cool, and his newer shit is cool
Very.
as fuck too. But definitely Travis Scott. I don't listen to Kanye West too much, but I feel like when I hear the songs that I mix, depending on the song, I feel like I hear a lot of like um inspiration from him.
Mhm.
And so probably Kanye West too. And then um I'll say four, my bad.
No worries.
Machine Gun Kelly and Lil Uzi probably.
MGK, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, and then Lil
fair
Uzi.
enough.
Yeah. Just because Lil Uzi
Yeah,
I've been listening to for years and he's just
yeah. No, for real.
yeah.
By any chance, do you know Saint John? He's kind of a little mainstream now because he had like Kanye features.
I feel like
But
one of my clients told me about him. Is he from Canada?
no, he's from
No.
Brooklyn, I believe.
I think
But
so.
yeah, he's very similar. Like if you like Travis and the
I
people
look
that
We're
you
forward
on that
name,
like
he's like
wavelength.
Collection One was like his first like full album, and like I guess it kind of put him on the map. Like that's the first that I heard of him, and then we saw him live in like 2018, and
Oh
like he's
wow.
just been popping off now. Yeah, like he had his like he had Kanye on his album, and then he had like another single with Kanye, and then like he's kind of just been doing more. He's getting bigger now, I feel like, but definitely recommend 10 out of
Is
10.
it like Saint JHN?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've definitely heard his
all
name. I'll
caps,
look for
Lil
more.
T. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, and he's kind of like, he raps, he sings, it's kind of like beats, but also like actual music. It's like a mix of
Yeah.
everything. Really good shit.
Kind of like that guy, FRVR Friday or some shit, right? I feel like, or like Bryson Tiller, maybe, right? Just like R&B.
Yeah, kind
Okay.
of, yeah.
Bryson
Um,
Tiller's cool as fuck too, by the way. Bryson Tiller, he's
yeah,
really
yeah. I
um,
liked Trap Soul a lot.
everyone did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
Fire.
Bet. Okay, cool. So in terms of like the podcast and everything, like and photography, like you shoot mostly like, I guess, is it like live at shows, or is it like just shoots, or what's your kind of vibe with
It's
that?
right now I'm just figuring out what I want to shoot the most. But right now I've done a little bit of everything. 2 days ago, my neighbor needed me to shoot some pictures for her and her employee. She's like an interior designer. So I shot some pictures of her for her website and then also her house. so like real estate photography. I've done shows, which I think I enjoy the most. Shows was a lot of fun. I've done just portraits, with a white backdrop, just for like modeling, whatever, just portraits like that. That was cool as fuck too. And honestly, just a little bit of everything. Also, my brother, like let's say like the other day we went out whatever downtown and I brought my camera. Every time he was just walking around with his friend, like, and I would go behind them and just like take pictures of them or whatever, like candid shots. So just a little bit of everything right now, but I think I want to lean more towards shows because it's really fun. First I get to experience the music,
Definitely.
and then I also get to, take pictures. But it's not, I don't get to enjoy the music as much because I'm so busy taking pictures. But it's still fun though.
Definitely.
Good experience. Concerts are a vibe. Like I even from when like a young age, I always wanted to go to like even smaller shows. It's just like such an experience. Like people that are like, oh, I'm not a concert person. I'm like, listen, like you could listen to the music and it's chill, but like even just like watching, like I guess like sometimes it's like not the best quality, but like they used to have these like from like older bands and artists, like the live show, just like tape like start to finish and make it into a DVD as like a collectible kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I still kind of watch those sometimes because they're kind of chill, but it's different when you're like actually working the event. It's still fun, but like you said, like you're obviously like a photographer at the event, so it's like you're working.
Well, actually, the other day, there was this show again, like for the record label,
Mhm.
and I get there, and Kyle, who I mentioned before, he tells me, "Oh, like basically the plan was for me to go there, take pictures of everyone and stuff." And then I get there, and he tells me, "Oh, by the way, when the performance is happening, because it was like a DJ and performance thing,
Mhm.
and he's like, when they're gonna be rapping, you're also gonna need to do the sound." I was like, what the fuck? Like I get there,
Oh
like
wow.
just take pictures, and then I had to, do the sound too. So I had to engineer the show too. So it was cool, but it's like you said, I don't get to experience it like at all, like how the audience experiences it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's fun for me. I'd rather be in the background than be in the crowd, spending the money and listening to it. But it's a little bit different. It was stressful too. A lot of people, like if you're the sound guy,
For
like
sure. It's a big job. Yeah.
yeah, and the venue, that one, it wasn't the best venue. Like the speakers, they were all messed up. Like they were all connected to each other, so I didn't have much control over it. And the audience didn't know that, and the singers didn't know that either. So they would like give me this death stare. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every time like something would happen that was out of my control, they would like look at me like they wanted to kill me. It was just like it was kind of
It's the
funny.
equipment, For
Yeah,
real,
like
for real. What venue was it? It was downtown?
yes, Esports Central.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that we did a show there, and that's not
That's
really
so
a
random.
that's not a place to do a show, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so for the DJ sets, it was cool as hell. It was a vibe. We weren't like
Mhm.
playing video games or anything. It was just like all that was cleared out, and it was
Yeah.
just like people dancing and having fun. It was like this really big event,
Mhm.
and then there was also two performances though. It was like something that lasted like 20 minutes, and I was stressed out because it's not a place to do shows. It's a place, to either party
For
or
real.
have.
My friend had her birthday party there like
Oh, for real?
a while ago. Yeah. No, I know the place. That's super like interesting of a venue to choose. I don't know if it was like
Not for
a
sure. For sure.
like that's that's kind of funny, but
But the show,
yeah.
like the overall experience though, was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Dope,
But
dope, dope.
yeah.
Any
At least
artists
you have
that like we should like listen to and stuff, I guess?
Yeah, you guys should get more on Star, who I mentioned before. He's cool as hell. He's one of my clients. Rosie, B Rosie. He's cool as hell too. He's with the label. He's one of the artists signed to the label. Um, I like his music a lot, and I also just like him as a person a lot. He's really cool. And let's see who else. You guys already know about Swizzy. You're saying my clients or just people in general?
Just like I guess artists that were performing there, or just artists that you like Montreal artists or Canadian
Well,
artists
the
that you
artists
want to
that were
mention.
performing there, it was
Yeah.
wait, sorry, I cut you off. What'd you say?
It's just in
Artists that
general artists that you like Canadian artists, Montreal based artists that you want to like
well, yeah,
recommend.
definitely Star, B Rosie, like I said. Um, the artist that was performing there, his name is Tugras. He's cool too. He's more like reggae, um, like that Jamaican vibe, but he's cool. The music's cool. Swizzy, like I said. This guy Pestilent I work with, he's really cool too. Um, yeah, yo, I can't
Yes,
even
cool,
think.
cool,
Oh,
cool.
Sticks too, Sticks. Yeah,
Sticks.
Sticks is
Okay.
cool. But other than that, like I don't know, I'm not good at thinking off the top of my head. There's so many people I know I could say right now, but
No
I don't
worries. Just
know. There's
like it's
It's
all
pressure
good.
when you're put on the spot.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
definitely. I just feel like there's so much talent in Montreal that like not
Yeah.
everyone knows. Like, we have like some friends and friends of the show and like some good friends of ours that like do like they're like emerging artists and like
yeah,
and everyone's like, "Oh, who's that?" Like and it's like they're from Montreal, you didn't even realize, you know what I mean?
it's
Like
crazy. People
like
be loafing.
for like I don't know if you know Zach Zoya, he's getting pretty big now.
I think
He's
I've
from
heard
like
that name. Yeah.
Montreal. He played Oshiaga. There's Fernie. Shout out Fernie. Kids from the underground. Magi Merlin. All these like Montreal folk, and they're getting bigger. But it's so difficult. Like as Anglophone artists, like we always say, like in Montreal, it's like a lot of French artists, right? And obviously in Quebec and everyone's like, oh, like what's the move? Like go to Toronto, go to the
Mhm.
States, like, um it's difficult either way. And then if you look at like Kate Renata, like he went to the US and then he got Grammys and then people were like, oh yeah, like now you're big, you know what I mean? And
It's
he was
sad.
for sure. But like hey, it is what it is. Like it's the grind, you know what I mean? You have to, like you said, as an entrepreneur, like you have to build your brand, your business, like, get clients. But that's pretty impressive. Like, I mean, I don't assume your age, but you don't look that old. Maybe like what, like 20, 19?
I'm 18. I just turned
Oh
18.
shit. Okay, look at you, 18 years
Okay.
old.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like doing your shit. Like good for you, kudos. Like not many
Very knowing
18
exactly
year
what you
olds do
want.
that. I feel like everyone's just like, yeah, I'm chilling, I'm going out every day, like whatever. So
Fuck all that. We don't do that.
yeah, no, it's work hard, kind of play hard kind of shit. But for real, like I don't know, if you want
Just work
something, go
hard.
get
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
yeah.
dope,
Nah,
dope,
but like
dope.
honestly, like I feel like everybody could be doing it. You know what I mean? Every like as long as you know what I sorry. I think a lot of these people that like you mentioned that are just going out or whatever and having fun right now. I don't blame them because I think they just don't know what they want to do with their lives yet. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's a real big problem. Me, I was stressing when I was like 13, 14. I was stressing that I didn't know what I want to do with my life because when I was like 8, 9, I wanted to be a YouTuber like bad. All I
Okay.
wanted to do is be a YouTuber. I was filming YouTube videos all the time, editing them and stuff. And then I kind of like got away from that passion. And then I was stressed and I was like, yo, like, I didn't have anything going for me, I didn't really want to do anything with life. I kind of just wanted to like chill.
I mean, 8,
Have
9 years old, like you should
fun.
just be having fun.
Yeah, I
You know what
guess. I mean, I was having fun. That's the thing. Like a lot of
I
people, like, like they don't see it as fun, but for me, it's the most fun when I'm
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't say working because it doesn't feel like work, but when I'm just like doing something creative like that, that could bring me money, it's just fun. Like that's the only reason I'm doing it. And so when I was like in high school, I was stressing because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then as soon as I graduated high school, that's when I started the studio. So when I was 16, and like after that, all I wanted to do was just stay in the studio all day, every day, and just have fun. You know what I mean? So I don't blame those people that like don't really do anything with their lives right now because they just don't know what they want to do. And if it was me in their position, I'd be stressing all the time, saying like, "Yo, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?" But that doesn't really do anything for you, stressing about that all the time. So honestly, some people will just live life and have fun every day, but then go back home to nothing, and that's fine. That's what they wanted. So
In general, I feel like at that age, like, look, I just turned 25 not long ago, but me at like 18, 19, I was just like, in Seja, not really like, yeah, doing art and whatnot, but like, I was just like, yeah, like I'm gonna, go out this weekend, like blow my paycheck. I wasn't doing like, I feel like you're ahead of the game a little bit, like in terms of your age
Very.
and like what you're doing. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like
I
like
appreciate
other
that.
people aren't, but I'm just saying like in general, like even the whole, but when you said as like a young kid you wanted to do YouTube, I felt that because I have like I don't know where they are now, somewhere like on my mom's computer, but like cringy like vlogs and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
um and just like me singing and shit like that, and it was just like, oh god, like I thought I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do, like I watched a lot of I don't know who to like Jenna Marbles, just like cringy people like Shane Dawson, like
BF versus
all,
GF. You ever watch BF versus GF?
yeah. I don't remember his. I mean, I used like when I was younger, Logan Paul was really big, and then obviously I stopped watching him, and then he did like what he did with his life, and good like he could do him, but like yeah,
I know what
there
you mean
was
though. I was watching those types of people too. So yeah, like
yeah, like
I,
I don't know, YouTubers or there's like fun YouTubers, and then with the media, like I don't know, like you know what I mean, like
There's like a different.
I don't know, like he's living his best life, kudos to him, but it's just like I don't know, I don't really follow him anymore. But like I don't know, Vine was pretty big. I feel like a lot of YouTubers kind of like stuck with Vine and got big on Vine, and then
yeah.
people resurface through TikTok, and it's
Yeah.
the internet,
It,
you know what
well,
I
it's
mean?
a cycle, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
no, yeah, exactly.
Even a lot of artists like popped off through like TikTok, which is so crazy. Like I
Yeah,
follow a couple like indie, like I listen to a lot of genres, including like pop and like country and stuff like that. So a lot of country artists like, went on YouTube, just started posting a bunch of stuff. And then like a couple years later, now they're like, they moved out of their like hometowns and they're living in like, Atlanta or Nashville or whatever. And they like got signed. And it's kind of crazy to think that like, you could just go through the, like, yeah, we've seen it with like, Justin Bieber and like people that kind of went viral, but now it's like crazy how we went from like YouTube to like TikTok to like you said, it's cycles of different things. But
it'll never
Definitely.
stop. It'll
yeah,
never stop. There's
No.
always gonna be one platform where everyone's on. Well, most people, most
yeah,
people are on, and there's gonna be a lot of opportunities for certain type of people. For certain people, there's gonna be a lot of opportunities. Some people, half of the people, not like 90% of the people will use those platforms to entertain themselves and watch other people doing their thing, and then maybe 10% of the people or less will use that platform to grow and to gain an audience, to gain exposure. And those are the people that you see popping off or whatever, right? Like it's just how it is. Some people entertain themselves and some people use those same platforms to live, you know?
for sure. I feel
Definitely.
like it's a little bit of both for me personally. Like I do sometimes I'll just find like a stupid, goofy ass like, you know, TikTok and I'm just like
Yeah.
dying. But I also like try to, I don't know, like it's hard. Like I think the
Well,
biggest thing is like, oh, go ahead.
no, sorry, you continue.
I was just gonna say consistency. Like, you can't with YouTube, like um you can't get discouraged. You just kind of have to like keep going.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean? And like even,
Like anything in
Instagram,
life, to be
whatever.
honest.
It's like you just have to keep posting, keep being consistent, make a schedule. I feel like people don't realize like the actual logistics and the work that it takes. They're like when you're like younger, let's say, and you're like, yeah, I want to do YouTube. It looks like fun, but it's like a whole ass job, to be
Mhm.
a
It's some people consider it harder than a job, like sometimes I love whatever I'm doing in the studio and everything and photography, but um I feel like it could be harder than a lot of jobs, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't take into account like this type of shit, like this entertainment industry thing. Um, it's a lot of hard work, and especially I see with the label, I see them working all the time, whether it doesn't look like work or whether it looks like work or not, it's work. And um some things people will lose interest in. Like I feel like it could be very easy for me to lose interest in all of this because it's fun for me, but it could get to a point where um there's so much work that goes around it and so much thinking that goes around it that I could just get bored of it, or I could think like, oh, this is too hard, I want to go work for somebody else. I hope that point doesn't come. I don't think it will come, but I think it's very easy for people to lose themselves in this type of shit because
it ain't no
it's
9 to 5, that's for sure. I feel
yeah.
that.
No.
No, fuck all that 9 to 5 shit. But
Yeah, that's the goal. You know what I mean? Like stay off that 9 to 5, get on your gig,
oh
like do
yeah,
what
for
you
sure.
love. And
For sure.
I agree with you. It's like it doesn't seem like work. Like the I guess the older generations, like, what is this like YouTube or like
Yeah.
music shit? Like it's like impossible. But it's like, yeah, back in the day they didn't have social media. So like maybe you needed like different ways of exposing like artists, and you could have like they still do showcases obviously, but like it's so like it's even like let's say a restaurant or a business, like I think having a social media presence is like super essential.
100%.
Like if you're not on like even, I mean, I guess it used to be just a website, but now it's like Facebook or Instagram, at least, you know, like the basics in general. And I've seen like businesses like open up like recently in Montreal in general, like cafes or restaurants. And they're just like, you know, grow the TikTok because we know people will see it. And like I don't know if you know like Tasty MTL. It's like it's pretty dope food and like just kind of like a, I guess, fast food kind of like fry bowls and shit like that. But like they went like off on TikTok, and then like they're like, yeah, that literally like we had like like a grand opening, and like we're like kind of doing pretty well because of like social media. It's just cool to see, for real. But it's like, dude, yeah, like I think having a mindset at a younger age and like knowing what you want to do, like you said, like you're definitely lucky. And also like, I don't know, you're not, it's no one's like set or like it's a done deal or anything, but like you're on your path, you know what I mean? And like it's your timeline, it's no one else's. Like people always try, like it's hard not to compare like where you are in life versus like other people, but like stay in your lane and like do your shit, you know?
Try your best not to compare yourself. Exactly.
Yeah, for real.
It is hard though. Like you said, like people, you know, you see those quotes on Instagram and shit, like never compare yourself to other people.
Yeah.
Seems easy. It's kind
Easier
of hard,
said than
but
done.
sorry?
It's easier said than done. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, we
exactly.
all have those moments.
Exactly. But I feel like if, you know, it's all about self-discipline and not even just about comparing yourself to other people, but life is just a game of self fucking discipline, you know, like you'll you can get through hard ass times and stressful times just by saying like, okay, like it'll figure itself out, you know, I don't gotta stress over it.
Real.
I
Like
feel like that's a big thing.
it's so funny how like this whole interaction kind of like came to be because we were like, oh, like we want to have like like more like interesting people that we don't necessarily know of yet. And then kind of like I popped on Instagram, I was like going to bed just scrolling, and then it was your live, and that's kind of we met real quick.
I don't
And
even
then
like, usually I'm pretty good at remembering names that like
yeah,
follow me. Like I
yeah,
see someone follows me, I'm like, all right, cool. I don't
yeah,
remember ever seeing the Canadian Tea podcast started following you. I don't remember ever seeing that. So that's why I was like, what the fuck, when you popped into my live, I was like,
yeah.
that's weird.
I didn't realize, and then you're like, oh yeah, like come on, and I was like, the fuck, like I'm going to sleep, but sure, like fuck it up.
Yeah, it's
And
chill.
then like
I like talking to people, you know what I mean? So
yeah, no, it's blessed, like super chill to have met you. And like I don't know, like I guess it's kind of like a, you know, Montreal music scene kind of thing. And like obviously like listening to Swiz's music and like probably just like, you know, through mutual follows, like finding your profile and just being like, oh, like chill, like throw you a follow. And like it was super random. Like I don't think we ever interacted or anything. It was just like kind of wild. But dude, yeah, for real, like in terms of, like you said, like just putting yourself out there, keep it grinding, like discipline. I feel that though, because like for me, like in terms of music, like I just kind of did it for fun and then not taking it seriously. But then like having friends that like took it seriously and they're actually like doing like pretty well and like grinding for years and years, but finally getting like bigger gigs and like exposure and like, you know, getting signed with like distribution companies and shit like that. It's like gave me the confidence to kind of like be like, oh shit, okay, it's possible if you really want it, you know what I mean? Like it's fucking hard. Like people are like, oh, I like singing, but like it's not just singing, like it's like studio sessions, which is not like regular singing, like live performances where you like you said, like at that particular venue wasn't the best sound, so it's a little harder to work with. It's different conditions, maybe performing like outside or something, it's different acoustics. So
yeah.
it's not like it's a whole other level. um but yeah, like in general, it's the arts. Like I feel like in like um you know, you could study the arts, you could get like your, like you said, like your paper and all that shit, but it's like how hard are you willing to work, you know what I mean? Because you can get a degree in anything, but like are you gonna like go for it, you know what I mean? Because most of it is connections. Excuse
That's the
me.
thing. It's also a big game of right time, right place, right time.
Mhm.
Um, you know, like just being at the studio, like at Makeway, which also I didn't mention this, but Makeway and the label I talk about, Honor Roll, it's one
Mhm.
building, and I feel like just I mention them a lot because just from being there, I gain a lot of opportunities. But just on a specific day that I'm there, um, you know, it could depend like on which artist walks in or which person walks in that I go up to them and like, oh, what's up? Like, nice to meet you, all this, you know. Um, or who, like, let's say someone, like a client comes to my studio here and they bring a friend, but that friend isn't just like a regular person, they're like a huge artist too. So it's really just right place, right time, and like realizing that, you know, like wherever you're at, well, first of all, try to put yourself in the most, like, in the most situations where it has something to do with what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like I try to go to the most, you know, shows that I can, or listening parties, or just places where people in the music industry will be. And then when you're there, you go up to people, you talk, you network, and you can call that hard work, but it's also just right place, right time. Because what if a certain person, you go to a certain place and that certain person's there and you meet them and they end up changing your life? What if you were sick that day? Or what if that person was sick that day? You know what I mean? It's a huge thing of luck
For
and right
real.
place, right time, but it's also hard work, like 90%
Yeah,
hard work.
definitely, like happy accidents, a lot of serendipity. But for real, like just going to, we were just at a friend's birthday like yesterday, and just meeting like different artists in Montreal, and like having like a random, like I didn't really know of this person, but just being like, oh yeah, like I know you from like Instagram, like I like your song, and be like, what the fuck, like thank you. And like meeting other artists, like, and then like listen, like I listened to some on my way home, and it's like, damn, like I, like you said, like just like instances like that,
Yeah.
super big part of it as well. But
Okay.
yeah, thank you so much for coming on, by the way, and
Thank you for
taking your
having me.
time out of your night, dude. Yeah, for real. Like just like, I don't know, I feel like, you know, it's good to like make a connection in general. Like I'm an artist, you know, always looking for like a photographer and like different kind of like mixers and like people that master, you know, like obviously like it's just good to work with different people and kind of like have an array of people, so it's not just like
Broad
one
yourself.
specific person, you know, because people do other projects and move or whatnot, or like you never know. So bless, and wishing you a good ass night.
You
Thank
too.
And
you
thank
so
you
much
so
for being
much,
on the show.
dude. Yeah,
Thank you
my
for
dude.
having me. I really appreciate it. And you guys are, I can tell you guys are good people. It was a good
Bet. All right, but peace out.
Take care. Have a
Have
good
a
night.
good night.